Hello everyone, this is Ranjan Kumar Sapkota from the channel The Engineers, and I am going to explain you about the electrical grid. The electrical grid. An electric grid is a network through which power is generated, transmitted and distributed to consumers. The electric grid is mainly made up of three main components: generation, transmission or distribution, and consumption. There are several key pieces of infrastructures that are built to support the delivery of electricity to consumers. It is comprised of these components: generating plants, where electricity is produced; transmission lines, which allows the electricity to be transmitted over a long distance; substations, where electricity voltage is increased or decreased; transformers, the mechanism that actually increase or decrease the electricity voltage; distribution lines, the infrastructure similar to transmission lines but for lower voltages of electricity. The grid was created to solve the problems of geographic separation between the electricity production and consumption. Electricity is often produced far from where it is used, so infrastructures need to be built to connect the two. Prior to the invention of modern grid, electricity producers each developed their distribution systems for delivering the electricity to the consumers. This system was costly and underused infrastructure and wasted the electricity. The modern grid was invented to allow the various producers to share infrastructures for production distribution, which led to increased reliability and in lower costs. So how exactly the grid works? After electricity is generated, the voltage is stepped up at the substation. This increased voltage allows electricity to travel long distances while minimizing the electricity losses. The electricity then travels along transmission line overhead or underground. Once it reaches its destination, another substation steps the voltage down to a level suitable for distribution lines that delivers electricity to consumers. The electrical grid provides the electricity to various consumers with varying needs. For instance, industrial consumers are artificial utilities like manufacturing plants. Commercial consumers are like office buildings and high-rise towers, and residential consumers are the individual homes. The electrical grid is one of the most important inventions in our modern world. The centralized nature of the grid has made it an ideal structure for large-scale electricity production. However, some of the grid infrastructures outdated that is not capable of accommodating small-scale electricity generation technologies. Smart grid in this generation ensures the electrical grid shortcomings. The smart grid is simply the electrical grid enhanced by the information technology. This turns electrical grid into an intelligent network that allows for real-time information about electricity production and consumption and more efficient incorporation of small-scale electricity generation sources. This is all about the electrical grid.